going to measure up my dummy for a new pair of spectacles. Even a dummy needs a good pair of glasses. I'm using my Fairbanks facial gauge again for this job, and I'm going to start with the Inter-Pupillary Distance. Now, at this stage we should know what to do on this. So we're measuring from the centre of the pupil to the centre of the pupil. And I get that measurement at 66 millimetres. My second measurement is the distance between rims. So we'll be doing that first at 10 and then at 15 millimetres. So I've just set the ruler up. We know that the ruler is correct because at 10 you can see now that we've got a nice square, and at 15 it's a nice square. So to do this, I place the ruler on the nose, on the bridge of the nose, and I pull it in until I've got 3 points of contact. There, there, and there. And that's when I measure up, and I get that at 15 millimetres. I now turn the ruler over, and I expect to get this just a little bit bigger. So I've pushed the ruler up against the nose and I slide this in. And I get that one at 20. My next measurement is the front angle on the bridge. I'm going to take this little piece off. And I put this against the nose, the 0 bar against the nose, and twist the angle, and I get that angle, reading it on the inside here, and that's at 30. I'm going to measure the same again. This time I measure from this angle and I get that at 30. At this stage now I'm going to do the head width. We're measuring from the point of the ear and then using my abdo ruler, pull that across, and I get that 150 millimetres. My next measurement is the temple width. So to do this with the temple width, pull this across and it's to the head, side of the head, right by the tip of the eye. We'll do the same. Now this should be smaller, and I'll get this at 125 millimetres. My next measurement is the crest height. I place the ruler on the bridge of the nose, and I'm looking for the bottom lid, which is here. I get that at 8, and I add 5 to that, so that's plus 13. And I do the same on the other side. So again, place it here, look for the, again, I get that at 8. So and I add 5 to that, so that's 13. I now want to measure the apical radius. Now on here you'll see that they're 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 and 4. So if I place the 4 on, you can see that's far too small. It doesn't go on at all, neither does 6. If I was to start on the 10, you'll see I've got a lot of movement. I put 9 on there. And you can see I'm getting a lot of movement, so we know it's none of them. Number 7, just a bit of movement. Number 6, now that's tight fit. So number 6 for that. We're coming on to the second half of the measurements. The front to bend and angle of side is next. And to do this, we start off with that on 0. We pull this across. I do this until I'm level, the tip of my ruler is level with the crest of the nose. Then I twist this through. This would measure between the front, the top eyelashes and the bottom eyelash. That would give me my front bend and angle of side, and my to the bend is 112 millimeters. We would add on 15 millimeters, 147 millimeters for the full length of side. We would do the same on the other side. Not so important that I do that now. The angle of side is 20. degrees. Now we're measuring the downward drop of angle, and to do this we place the ruler at its correct distance. And so the angle would be at 35 degrees. My next measurement is the splay angle. Now for the splay angle we place the naught line onto the centre of the nose, and we turn the metal piece in until it's touching just into the corner, the inner canthus of the eye. And that splay angle is 45 degrees on the left. We would do the same again for the right. if when we were doing this measurement on the real person, if we find it's touching their eyelids, we just lower it down slightly and take it from a slightly lower position. And we get that one the same. Now, if we've got a frame which fits on the bridge, we would place that frame onto the patient, and we then measure for the angle, sorry, for the segment drop. So the segment drop is where from the bottom of the lid to the bottom of the frame, and that is 12 millimeters. Just check it on this side. Yep, 12 millimeters. So we're measuring from that bottom lid to the bottom of the frame itself. We can also measure where the top of the segment would go next to the HCL. So to do this, there's 3 lines on here. I'll line up the 3 lines. That's just onto the top of the lens and the bottom of the lens. We've now got the HCL, and I now measure that against the eye itself. Eye is there, and I can see that I've got that 2 millimeters above HCL. That concludes the measurements. If we were to look at this frame and look at where it's sitting, and we see here the length to bend is just a little bit too long, so I can adjust that. And that is the correct angle for the angle of drop. I'm going to do some clicks for you on the phoropter heads. I've got 2 different phoropter heads, and I'll use them for you.